all. Now let us see lesson 4, electromagnetic induction and alternating current. Introduction. See the picture. This picture is Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday is credited with the discovery of electromagnetic induction in 1831. Next one, magnetic flux. What is the magnetic flux? The magnetic flux through an area A in a magnetic field is defined as the number of magnetic field lines passing through that area normal, and is given by the equation pi of p is equal to integral of p vector dot dA vector. So it gives integral of p vector dot dA vector is equal to pa cos theta. If the magnetic field B vector is uniform over the area A and is perpendicular to the area, so we get pi of p is equal to Pa. Since theta is equal to 0 degree, cos 0 equal to 1. Okay. Now the magnetic flux unit SI is equal to, SI unit is Tesla meter power square. It is also measured in Weber or Web. WB அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. Okay. 1 Weber is equal to 1 Tesla meter power squared. Next one, Faraday's experiment on electromagnetic induction, first experiment, and it explains the first experiment. Figure A. A galvanometer is connected to a coil C of insulated wire. The galvanometer does not deflection. Why? There is no current in the circuit. Figure B. When a bar magnet moves towards the coil and its north pole is facing the coil, there is a momentary deflection in the galvanometer. Figure C. Next, the bar magnet kept inside the coil. Now the galvanometer does not deflection. Figure D. Now the bar magnet is withdrawn from the coil. Again the galvanometer gives a momentary deflection in opposite direction. What is the reason? The electric current flows in opposite direction. Figure E. The bar magnet is moved faster. It gives a larger deflection. Why? Due to a greater current in the circuit. Faraday's second experiment. A coil P, a battery P, and a key is called a primary circuit, while the circuit with a coil S and galvanometer G is known as secondary circuit. If the primary circuit is closed, electric current starts flowing in the primary circuit. At that time, the galvanometer gives a momentary deflection. After that, when the electric current reaches a certain steady value, no deflection is observed in a galvanometer. If the primary circuit is broken, the circuit current starts decreasing and there is again a sudden deflection but in a opposite direction. So, the figure B. From the above observation gives us whenever the electric current in the primary circuit changes, the galvanometer shows a deflection. Faraday's law. Next one, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Whenever the magnetic flux linked with a closed coil changes, an EMF is induced and hence an electric current flows in a circuit. This current is called an induced current, and the EMF giving rise to such a current is called an induced EMF. This phenomenon is known as electromagnetic induction. Next one, activity. Do that. And then explain of Faraday's first experiment. When the bar magnet and the coil approach each other, the magnetic flux linked with the coil increases. So, this increase in magnetic flux induced an EMF and hence a transient element electric current flows in the circuit in one direction. Figure A. Next one, the magnetic flux linked with the coil increases. The decrease in a magnetic flux again induced an EMF in opposite direction, and hence the electric current flows in opposite direction to the figure B. So there is deflection in the galvanometer when there is a relative motion between the coil and the magnet. Next one, explain of Faraday's second experiment. Figure A. When the primary circuit is open, no electric current flows in it, and hence the magnetic flux linked with the secondary coil is 0. When the primary circuit is closed, the increasing current builds magnetic field around the primary coil. Therefore, the magnetic flux linked with the secondary coil increases. Figure B. This increasing flux link induced a transient electric current in the secondary coil. And then figure C. When the primary circuit is broken, the decreasing primary current induced an electric current in the secondary coil but in the opposite direction. So there is a deflection in the galvanometer whenever there is a change in a primary current.